Hey guys, welcome to JTV Extra. I'm Sandra Younger. Sorry we're a couple of minutes late today. We are going to be doing this fantastic project called Beyond the Bead. It's really interesting because it posed a challenge for me because I wanted to use these specific beads. So this lesson is going to be mostly about when you're it was just like more of a challenge because I had these little tiny hold tube beads. And then along with the rondelles that came in the set that we'll be showing later on in the show. But the interesting thing is I knew, I could just use a larger bead, but it would have defeated the purpose of the challenge. So that is what I want to share with you today. So if you're ever in that same position where, you have these specific kinds of beads, you like the colors or the shapes and you want them to work, this is what this show is all about, because I know I did one of these challenge shows, I don't know, it was about a year or so ago. And, someone says, oh, you're making it more difficult than it needs to be. Just change the beads. But, like I said, it would defeat the purpose. One thing I do want to bring up, because, our hearts do go out to, the folks in Kentucky. We have a Somerset, Kentucky. We have one of our customers there. Her name is Janice. And she had mentioned to me the devastation that's occurred in that state over the past few days because of tornadoes. So I do want to let, the state of Kentucky know that you are in our thoughts and prayers. And, we hope that you guys, we wish you a speedy recovery. I know that, it's just devastating. I mean, the things that happen in California and, it's a smaller scale of, what happened, but it does touch lives, which makes it equally devastating. Anyway, before we get started with the project, we've got a couple of things. We've got the products, and then we have our favorite, the customer show. So anyway, here are the products that are in today's show. All right, let's see what we have today. Oh, I'm always I love just stuff. I like getting boxes of stuff from JTV because it's always a treat. This first item is a Tibetan agate bead. It's a two sets. You get an 8 and a 10 millimeter. And I was thinking these would look really cool, like a mala style necklace with red. I don't know. That's what I have in my head. These beads with red. And I think they're really pretty. And let's see what it says. Let's see, Tibetan agate bead strand, set of 2. Ooh, they're $39.99. So Tibetan, they're so pretty. Oh my goodness. Okay, and then next we have the, okay, this is Dragon Blood Jasper. And you get the set of 2. And let me check this out over here. Hang on a second. Let me, I think these have the hole is about a 1 millimeter. So, I was trying to figure out why I was trying to combine the small ones. It's because I think the tubes have little tiny beads, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to challenge myself. I want to make a piece that has both of these, and I learned something cool. That's what I'm going to share with you later on in the show. It's just really interesting in case you're in the same situation. And this other set is the Crazy Lace Agate. The same sizes, and you do get both strands. And then the next one is Larvikite, 6, 8, and 10 millimeter. You get 3, and they have big holes, huh? So that means they're great for leather. And I really like the little ones because the little tiny bead with a giant hole. I mean, you don't get those very often. So this one comes in a set of 3. And ooh, my favorite thing of all time. Okay, this is I know a lot of you guys already know, but in case you're new, this is a cord, a knotting and design tool that I invented because, when I started working with stringing materials, I really, really liked the look, but I didn't like how hard it was to do. I mean, because if you don't have a skill set when you're working with stringing materials, I mean, it's not fun. It doesn't look good, which my stuff didn't look good, but now it looks good. And I think it's because this, the board really helps. It keeps the measure. You can get your hands underneath. It keeps tension. And plus, I got some really cool and interesting techniques that are unique to this board. And most notably, the multi-strand, which is this this part here. Very unique to this tool. This looks like a bunch of separate strands, but it actually is not. So it's the way that you construct it, and then you put these finishing knots here and here that make it look like a multi-strand. And this, the multi-strand just in itself, I mean, if you bought the board just for that, doing the tiered version, it is unbelievable how your jewelry making will change, because you no longer need those end caps, and everything you do is just completely taken to the next level. And like this one here, this is also a multi-strand, see that? But it's shorter and it's a component piece. So you can make component pieces using that same technique, tassels. I mean, it's just like incredible. And a lot of the other techniques that I teach are like braiding, like all forms of macrame. I've got like so many different macrame projects. This one is macrame. Look how cool that is. I mean, it's just, and I don't, my thing is, I mean, I go from like Akoya pearls. I mean, these were like hundreds of dollars for the strands. I don't care if the beads are plastic. I don't care if they're Akoya. I don't care what they are, as long as the workmanship is good. That's all that matters to me, and that is what I teach. I teach, you know, workmanship, and it's just because it's fun, and there's no point like making something if it's just going to fall apart. So I just teach you all the cool tips and tricks on how to make it like rock solid and look really, really good. And our large board, it has the bead and ring size chart. It has the wells. It's got the long grooves to, you know, lay out beading patterns. You get your hardware kit, which I think the next picture has a picture. No, well, it's kind of back there. But both boards come with a hardware kit. You do get an instructional DVD and an ebook, but everything is completely online version. There are just so many lessons. I mean, and I'm always like, you know, adding like tips and tricks, and, you know, just, it's just lots of information. I mean, you won't, and there's something for everyone, whether you need something masculine, feminine, like just boho style, serious, classic. I mean, there's something for everybody. So, and our next product, because I just love my board so much, I could talk about it all day long. So moving on, Black and Natural waxed polyester cord. You get the set of 2. And this cord is a 2-ply, and it can be melted, and it can also be split pretty easily. So it's a good, solid workhorse cord that everybody needs in their thread stash. And the last product, Silvertone Butterfly and Elephant. The elephant is so cute, and I used it like on a couple of, you know, this is not today's project, but, you know, I tried a couple of different things, you know, just to see what I liked. But they're so cute. Look at that. Oh, it's a cute little elephant. And the I mean, the elephant's like heavy, but and even though it's got like hollow form, it isn't like, it's not like thin and like, you know, just lightweight. It's got like some heft to it, as well as the butterflies. So very cute. You know, I was thinking, wouldn't it be cool to put like some kind of and have, you know, I have some, but I can never find it. It's that like stuff, like it's like a paste that you can put on stuff to make it like colorful. So I think that would look really cool if you know, you wanted to do something like that. It's like a patina. I think that's what it's called. And I know, so I've seen people do some really cool things with those patina things, you know, just really interesting colors. So I think one of these days I'm going to try that. And let's see, I think I got everything. I got those beads, I got the board, the cord, that cord, those beads. Okay, that's it. That's everything. And if you don't have a board, get one. They're fun. I mean, you just learn, and it's just so, I mean, once you get started, it's just the best. Anyway, those are all the products that are on today's show. And we're going to do our customer show next. You guys need to help me. What is that stuff? Sarah, North Carolina, I know that you know because I've seen you use it. It's like that, some kind of like stuff that you, like if you have a like a pendant and then you rub it in there to like color it and it ends up, you could change the way it looks. For some reason, I just cannot remember the name. So you guys need to help me out because I want to buy some, I want to get some, I want to own some, but I can't remember what it's called. Anyway, here is our wonderful and awesome customer show. First up, we have Laura Lee, Florida. Oh, look at this. This is so cool. Look at those beads. Is that, I don't think it's onyx. They've got like an interesting, like, I don't know, like a shape to them. It looks like they've got like a groove and then that really cool pendant. Beautiful. I love it. Okay, let's see what we have next is Sarah, North Carolina. You know, these beads, I had a hard time, you know, trying to come up with an idea, but look at this. This is so pretty. I wish I'd thought of this, Sarah. This is so cool. And I love the color combination, the black with the light blue and beige. They, boom, they just go so good together. Beautiful. Let's see, next we have, who do we have next? Laura Lee, Florida. Oh my goodness, cowrie shells. These are, oh, look at this. It's got the labradorite focal, the macrame slide knot that's braided, and it's got those cool beads down the end. Very beautiful. And I think we have a picture here of a model. Maybe this is Vivian, I think. Is this Vivian? Thank you, Vivian, for modeling for us, but beautiful. Laura Lee was saying that she can't get enough cowrie bell or cowbell. I don't know, it's like a Saturday Night Live thing. So if you know, you know, but very beautiful. And then next we have Ann, Arizona. This is such a pretty necklace. It has I was intrigued by the back side of it because it's got like that longer, I think it's not macrame. It's like, it's like a underhand, overhand, underhand, overhand knot. And this one is macrame, and I think we have another picture here. And it's got the cute little cocopelli. Very, very pretty. Ooh, it's got those Z beads. Wow. I think I'm saying it right. Z beads, right? You guys like help me because I always want to say something else, but I know it's DZI or something like that. Very nice. And then next we have Susanna, Louisville, Kentucky. Oh my goodness, I love that pendant. It's like a half moon. It's like a pave, very blingy. And then this is like, I think it's Amazonite with the black cord and the silver, black, blue, and silver. Very nice combination. Beautiful. Let's see who we have next. Oh, Laura Lee made these really cool bracelets, guys. I mean, this is like nothing I've ever seen, ever. But it's got like 2 strands on one side. It's got 1 strand on the other. And look at that cute little cluster of beads. Really cool. Those are those beads are, oh, what do they call them? African trade bead. And look at the way they're wire wrapped. Cute little, that is really, really unique. Never seen anything like it. I think we have another picture here of the other two. Oh my gosh. Oh, look how cute these are. It's got the extender chain. It's got the wire protector, the cluster. Very, very, extremely unique. I've never seen anything like that. 2 thumbs up. Cool. And then next, oh, this is another one of the anklets that Laura Lee made. And I just think they're so pretty, guys. Aren't these just the cutest? It's got those cute little, like, swirly pendants. And it's beautiful. I love it. I need to make some. I don't have that many ankle bracelets. I need to make myself some ankle bracelets. I love this bracelet, ankle bracelet. Very nice. And then next we have Susanna, Louisville, Kentucky. Now I know this must have taken a long time to make because it is like macrame on both sides. And I think this was okay, I see how you did that. It's got, you have the you started, oh, very, very nice. It has the break in the middle. I think that was last week's lesson, I think, was it, Susanna, or maybe the week before, or the Give Me a Break bracelet, I mean, macrame. And Doesn't it make such a big difference? It just, when you do that, it just lays so much differently. And I recognize that pendant. One of my big favorites from JTV, really nice. And you use those square beads, cool. And then it's got the fluffers and the macrame slide knot, beautiful. And then next we have Laura Lee, Florida. This, I love green and gold together, guys. You know, I know that a few years back, green and gold were, I think, like the color combo of the year. It was very, very popular. It just looks so like regal. And these beads, now, are these, you know what, Laura Lee, I forgot the name of them. It's on the tip of my tongue. I don't think they're emeralds, but it's not kyanite. I mean, it's something. But anyway, isn't the pendant like so cool? Laura Lee has the coolest. She must secretly own like a bead manufacturing company or something, because she comes up with the coolest, most unusual beads I've ever seen. Look at that. It's got the little like sprig of gold in the chain. Very nice. I love it. And here's another, oh yeah, this one I wanted to show it to you because of the way it's finished on the end. It's braided. And then it's got like the macrame slide knot with the beads on the outside. I just want to remember the name of it. I don't think it's glass. Roman glass? I don't know. I give up. Tell me in the comments below, because I need to know. And then here is a necklace. Susanna says she ran out of cord because for some reason she didn't measure it right, but it's okay because, you know, you can change things up, and I think it looks really, really cute. She said this was the I don't know, ode to Lily chicken necklace, but this is her take on it. But it's just like a single. But I think it's really pretty. It's got the knots. I would totally wear this necklace. I think it's beautiful. So there, Susanna. You said you didn't like it. I love it. And next, the last, we have Ann, Arizona. Okay, so this one, I think it's the Give Me a Break project, because it's got, I see with the macrame on the side, and it lays nicely. And then it's got on the top, it's got that, I think it's like, I don't know, I call it the before and after. That's my mnemonic for it, but that's not actually what it's called. But I love the colors. Orange is one of my other favorite colors. And I just like the way you like combined everything. So the pendant's pretty, and it goes really well with well, these are this is a type of Z bead, I'm going to guess, because of the way it's painted. Those are like a Z inspired. Well, anyway, guys, that is everything for this week. If you have anything you want to send in, email it to me at Knotty-Do-It-All@gmail.com. Wasn't that fabulous? I swear you guys are just like the most like creative people. Okay, guys, I gotta find out. There is a green gemstone, and I don't understand. I'm looking at like different charts online. I'm trying to cheat because I just can't remember it. But there's one that if you know of anything that's green, drop it down in the comments. It's not an emerald. It's not a topaz. It's not a peridot. There's another one that's green, and it's really pretty. And for some reason, I'm looking at charts online, like green gemstone, and for some reason, it's not listed, but I know it exists. So if you know of anything, drop it down in the comments, because I need to know by the end of the show. Anyway, I want to thank everyone. Oh, you know what? Let me mention real quick the Brilliant Cash. If it's your birth month, make sure and check it out. Because if you're like watching on the JTV website right now, you could just like log in to your account and like just look. It'll say, you know, $40 Brilliant Cash. It's really simple. And so let's see, it is May 20th. Oh my God, I can't believe it's already May 22nd. So it's good all month. And if you've never purchased anything, you will get a $40 Brilliant Cash credit. So, make sure and check it out because, you could apply it to like, any of your purchases. Anyway, let's get on with our interesting project. Okay, I want to tell you, first of all, what the problem was and why I ended up doing what I did, which is something I'd never done. And it just ended up being like, oh, that's really cool. That's what I'm going to share on today's show. Okay, this was the original, I made this and I'm like, okay, I don't like, of course, I think this was too long. I could have put beads in there, but I thought, how about, I thought maybe I'd make this part long. So you could kind of sort of see where this is going. So that's where this one came in. And what I thought, oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make like a macrame, bail. So I originally had the elephant inside this loop. And then the necklace was going to come around this way like that. And it was going to be like an offset type necklace because, that is one of the things you can do because, why not? But a couple of things I did not like. These were really skinny. I was like, nah, it just doesn't like fit the balance. And then the other problem was that this loop was facing the wrong direction for the elephant. So it was kind of like crooked. So I'm like, okay, so I cut the elephant off and I thought, okay, this will make a cute bracelet, but what can I learn from this? Okay, so when I had this elephant on, I thought, you know what? I really like having the bail with these three, maybe three beads in there. Really cute. It's a nice little transition. However, the problem was, how do I get to 6 cords? Because I need 3 and 3 for braiding, and I was like struggling. I'm like, how do I do it? And I'm going to show you how I did it. It's really interesting. Okay, so the most that I have. Whoa, hang on, right there. The instruction sheet. Whoa, that's not it either. Oh my goodness. Well, I guess my instruction thing is gone. Uh-oh. But you know what? I'll see if I can find. You know what? Let me just see if I can find it real quick. Let me just like see because I had a little bit of like problems earlier, so maybe something got lost. I'm gonna see if I can find it. And let's see. Hang on a second, guys. I want to like show you this. Yeah, let's get that in there. Okay. Okay. Okay, there we go. There we go. Let me just make sure I get back to me. Okay, good. Okay, this is the cord. These are the lengths. Okay, so you need 3 strands of 0.5 millimeter wax jewelry cord. 1.5 yards each. So, or 1.4 meters. So just take, but let me tell you, let me back up a bit because there's something you got to do that's really important. I mention it all the time. You need to kind of stretch and like de-wax your cord. And the way I do that, let me grab my thing here. I have this cloth. And the way I do it, and it's really important because it makes a huge difference, especially when you're working with tiny beads where like any little way that you can make the cord a little bit thinner is going to help. And in this case, it helped a lot. So what I do is I have this on the floor. I sandwich the cord in and I grab it by my hands and I rub as much wax and I just grab more and just like keep going and I just get as much wax as I possibly can. And then what I do is I just pull on it to stretch it and you'll feel it stretch. Really important because sometimes just doing those things will either make or break a design that you might have because you're just like, oh, the cord doesn't fit. But if you just remove a little bit of the wax or maybe most of it as much as you can and then stretch it, it does make it thinner. So you can get to, do the, whatever it is that you're trying to do. So let me see if I can get back to those like instructions. Oh my God, did it go? Okay, there it is. Okay, so 3 strands, but de-wax and do all that stuff with your cord beforehand. So you can have your 3 yards. And what I did, I mean, I strung on 3 beads because that's going to be the bail part, an attached pendant using a moose knot on one end, which we're going to do now. But I just want to leave this up for a second. But you know, if you don't want to take a screenshot, it will be like on my website for a month before it goes someplace else. So I don't know where it'll go, but it'll be there for at least like 30 days. Okay, so what I did, so I've got my 3 beads on here, and now I'm going to attach. So this is my 1.5 yards. Beads on, and now I'm going to attach the elephant using a moose knot. So let me let's get this, and let's get our pin and a clip 1 inch apart on the board. A good old favorite knot of mine, the moose knot. And let's see, let's clip this in here. And all right. All right, I'm going to go 1, 2, and I'm going to use all the strands because I want chunky knots. So I'm going to pull this all the way through and tighten. Okay. Isn't that just like the best knot? It's like, to me, I think it's like the knot. Ah, it's so pretty. Boy, I remember back in the day, oh, it was just like, I remember this was back it was San Marcos, Texas. When I was in college, I went to a bead store and I found these beads, and I really, really wanted a bracelet. And I knew nothing about making jewelry, so it was like, you just tie it on, and when it falls off, it falls off. So on the end, see how I did that? I did the moose knot, and you're wondering, like, girl, why are you tying, like, you know, the elephant on, like, these long strands? You'll see in a minute. It's so cool. So the next thing I am going to do is I'm going to do my little backward knotting thing that you guys know is, like, if you're doing knotting, it's the only way to do it. So I'm going to clip this here. And I am going to, uh-oh, you can't see my hands. Whoa, I'll just, right there. So a lot of you know that I do my, when I do my knotting, I do it this way. So you want to just flip this over right at the very, very, very top of the bead and then slide it down. And you could tighten the knot by pulling like all 3 of these, and that'll get it nice and like down. See that? Isn't that incredible? Okay, so now I'm going to bring the next one down and do the same thing. Pull and flip it over. And I hope all of you are like knotting like this. If you're not, it's the fastest. And while I'm at this, I want to like say hi, because I test bar. Let's see who else is here. We've got a house full of talented people. Hang on, my computer. See, we got Michael, Pat, Gina. Let's see. Oh my God, we got Rhonda. Okay, someone. Oh, okay. Let me think. Okay, 1 second, because let me see if how I did this one. Okay, so at this point, you don't want to like tie a knot here, because we're gonna. This is where this a cool maneuver comes in. Okay, so what we're gonna do here is we're gonna take our cords and then line them up like this. See that? Because the thing is, okay, I want to explain, okay, because I've got 3 cords here, right? This is the wax jewelry cord, which means it can be split in 2. So if I were to split each of these, I'd get my 6, which means I could do my braiding. But remember earlier I said it was like too skinny. because that's what I originally did. It was like skinny, and I was like, nah, it just doesn't feel right. And the problem is I couldn't get these beads through the cord doubled, because that would have given me, you know, if I did it that way, I would be able to get, you know, 3 thicker cords. But so oh, you're gonna love this. Is like crazy cool. So I'm gonna put that there. I'm gonna line this up about like that. All right, see that? Now I'm gonna clip it right there, and I'm going, hang on, let me get all this like clipped on so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm gonna clip this. And now I'm going to get a scrap of cord just to hold the elephant. Let me just grab a scrap here. And I'm going to get another clip right there and hold it. Boom. Isn't that fantastic? Okay, so let me kind of recap what I've done. So my 3 strands, I put the moose knot on one end, and now I'm bringing the whole other end over and just having it like crisscrossed right here, because that is where I'm going to put a macrame, quote unquote, binding knot type bail thing. And the on the original one that I made, I like started like about 3/4 of an inch away, and then I worked down. But on this one, I'm going to try going the other way, and I'll tell you why in just a second. I'll tell you why. There's a reason. So let me see. I'm going to like start this way. Let me move some of this stuff. Okay. So I'm going to come in here. I'm going to do my first macrame binding knot. And I'm going to like scoot it down as much as I can. Whoa. Oop. So, because I want to get it super snug, so you're going to kind of like hold the cords up like this before you tighten it down. So top, and then you're going to do a bottom. And the thing is, the reason I'm doing it this way, and it's kind of like, I'm going to try to like make sure that it's like really as tight as possible. Okay, so top, bottom. Okay, and then I'm going to go top, bottom. And the, okay, top, nice and tight, and then bottom. And then I'm going to put the beads. And the reason I'm doing it this way instead is because I felt that there were too many melt spots on the on that end. So just to kind of alleviate it a little bit, because you'll have to melt this a little bit, and then you've got the ends of the macrame knot that you have to like melt. And I just felt that it was a little bit like sloppy. So I'm going to come in here and top, bottom, and it's nice and tight. Yeah, you're not going to believe this. I couldn't believe this happened to me. I must be getting strong, or maybe I'm like taking my Wheaties or something. Believe it or not, the other day I was doing like a macrame binding knot, and I was cranking it down and it broke. And I've been doing this for like 16 or 17 years now, and never has this cord broken on me. And I just thought either I'm getting stronger or like maybe I accidentally had like cut it and didn't know, and it was like barely hanging by a thread. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God, it's like that movie. Know what I'm saying? How many of you guys seen that movie? Oh my God, it's so funny. Anyway, I'm going to change the subject. Okay, so I'm going to, And you can make this macrame binding knot part as long as you want. So I think I'm just gonna, I think that's good. I'm not gonna be like overly like dramatic here. Top, and then I'm gonna go one more top, and I'm gonna tighten it nice and tight. Okay, so now I'm gonna take a thread melter, and I'm gonna come in nice and slow and melt this into a nice little like button. And when you do your macrame, I mean, when you're doing the macrame slide knot, you want to get it like I don't know how to explain it, just the closest you can. Okay, so now this melt spot is going to be important because you don't want it to be visible. In this one, you want it to be as small as possible. And you do need one because that is what's going to kind of sort of like lock the that cord in there. Okay, so I'm going to come in here. I'm going to hold it at an angle. Was that out of focus? I'm going to hold it at like a slight little angle here. And now I'm going to come in and just very carefully back and forth, make it as pretty as possible. Ooh. Okay, is that good? Nope, a little bit more. I feel like a surgeon. Should I tap it down? Just a little bit. Ugh. Okay. Okay, you know what? Okay, I'm going to do something else here because this is a good tip too. Okay, I'm going to melt it because I want it to take on the form. Let me fix this here. Because see how when I bring this back up like this, that knot is kind of blocking the way it lays. So one thing that you can do, you got to do this quick though. I'm going to heat this up. And then immediately I'm going to go like this. And that should help it. Oh, it did. Wow. So if you ever finish something and you do your little melt thing and it's kind of it's that little ball that's like kind of like crooked and it's keeping it from becoming straight, the way you fix that is like just gently reheat it and then immediately just like straighten it up, and it'll just the waxed cord or the synthetic cord will take the shape of the bead, and then it will be like straight, just like what happened here. So cool tip. So now I've got my 6 strands here, and now I could do my braiding. So I'm just going to come over here and cut them in half, and boom. Uh-oh. Well, you know what? Actually, on the ends here, you want to cut them. I'm going to cut them like at an angle because we're going to have to like put some beads on those. And well, I'll just do the best I can here. Okay, so the braiding pattern, that's one thing that I said that I would share with you that's really important to like the way this looks, because this is these little beads here only have like 4 braids in between, while these have 6, because I thought there would be just too much space. So this is a 6/4 braiding pattern. So I'm going to take note. This is the top of the pendant. You know what? Let me get a different clip, because I need it. I don't want it to move around. Okay, so there we have it. Whoops. Okay, so now what you do is you take your cords and just, you look at them, and you'll see what where they separate the best. So that looks really good. And then on this side here, but you know what? I'm just going to stabilize this a bit. Let me get the board, move this down, and I'm going to put this. That's one nice thing. I mean, you can use the board just like for stabilization. It's really nice. And I'm going to braid like 4. I'm going to go in 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm going to put in one of those little tiny beads, which are these guys over here. Okay. And usually I say, oh, just string all the beads onto like one of the strands. Because when you're doing the 6 pattern, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bead, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bead. Yeah, that works. But for this pattern, there's no free lunch, guys. You're going to have to do it the old fashioned way. So you have to put 1 on and then count 4. Wait, hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the if you don't know how to braid yet, and then I'm just gonna put a clip on there to hold it. You want a lot of, like, you need a good grip on the cord to make it like lay flat. I have a tendency to have like be heavy-handed. I don't know why. So don't be afraid to like get tough with it. You know, it's like right now I'm holding it. I'm holding the bead in there, and then I come in here and just lock it in with my fingernail. You just want to make sure it just stays like where it's supposed to. So I'm going to come in here and clip this. And mind you, you'll be doing the same thing on the other side. So then after you're done with one side. Oh, this is where, okay, snip that because it kind of was flailing out. I'm going to string this one on and braid. Okay. So, okay, let's do, doesn't that look pretty already? 1, 2, 3, 4, and then, ooh, I like that. Okay, now the next set gets a little bit easier because it's like the set of like 3. So I'm gonna grab 3 of these all at one time, just like that. So never like throw your, like, unstring your beads because it's a lot easier to like string all of them on. Oh my goodness. Ooh. See, this is where I ran into trouble because the these beads, these little tube beads are like, they're really, the holes are tiny. So that's what my challenge was to get those beads up. Okay, so now we could do the so there's 4. Now we're going to put the tube down and then do 6. There's 1, 2, whoops, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then a tube. Yeah, you know, gemstones, a lot of gemstones have really tiny beads. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Out. And the next one down. But now you're going to do 4 because remember there's 4 here. So you want it to be like each, like the grouping to be the same. So now you go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you start the little tiny bead pattern over again. So this is not, I mean, it's not difficult, but it's not as like time friendly as like some of the other like braiding things. Ooh, come on, come on, come on. Ah, yes. So this, and that's one interesting thing about, oh man, I've got some really cool braiding patterns, but I don't know. I don't like ever do shows on them because I think that they're kind of like difficult because honestly, some of them are even hard for me. But I just like thinking about them, mapping them out, and then putting, I guess if you like have some time on your hands, like mapping out different patterns is actually kind of fun. I mean, I see people, you know, like they map out patterns when they do looming. It's crazy. It's incredible. I think there's a Tower Beads, Tower Creations on Instagram. Oh my goodness, she's just so talented. Okay, why is there a knot on there? That is... that is not good. I swear, I think I've come up with every possible thing I could about, like, that's not good, not bad. The funnies, the naughty funnies. Okay. Okay, there we go. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then now we could put our 3, oops, on there. Is this thing not focusing? There we go. Okay, so I'm going to string 3 tubes. And let's get these. Okay, perfect. In this part, guys, you can make it longer or shorter if you want. Actually, I wouldn't go any shorter than like what I made it. But you know, you just gotta like, no, Sandrita. What did I do? Oh yeah. I'm kind of like thinking that I did something wrong. Whoop, down. So I'll recap a bit. I'm using the Dragon Blood Jasper here. And the challenge was, you know, getting these, both of these, this bead set to work for me. 1, 2, then we're gonna, whoops, and then 3, 1, 2, whoa, and then 3, 4. Okay, now I'm going to go and do my little tiny beading thing. So the I've got time, sometime, not a lot of time. Oh, Santa Fe River just got reception. You know, I really appreciate you guys like tuning into my show, and all of you that send in things every week. I love, it's such a treat. Okay, so now you're going to go back to the 4 pattern. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you do the same thing until you get, just for the sake of time, guys, I'm going to like pretend like I made this. Let's see how, I'll tell you how long I did this one. I put let's see. Okay, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. I put 4 groups in the, it ended up coming in at like 6 inches, but the reason, I mean, this is going to be it can be adjustable because, you know, we have this part in here. So you don't need to like make it the whole like whatever you're like 16 inches, unless you want it to be long. And there's so many like different options. You can, if you make it long and you want to double it, you could do that. One of these days I should just do this whole tutorial where like, okay, you finish your necklace and like, what are your options? Because before, back in my day, when I used to buy stuff there, I had no options. You just tied it on and wait till it fell off. But now I've got like so many, you could do the you could put chain and clasp and adjustable slide knot. I mean, I just have like maybe like 5 or 6 or even more, like just tons of different ways that you can finish the end, which I love it. But so what you do is you repeat your pattern. You're going to do the same thing on this side, okay? And then what you do is then you just continue to like, let's see, this is here. Oh, let me mention, very, very important. When you start doing this side, which is exactly like this side, you need to flip this over. You need to take your pendant and flip it over, because if you don't flip it over, these beads, it'll make sense in a second. So if you don't flip it and you start braiding on this side, doing braiding exactly the same way, these beads will be like on this side here. So you want them on opposite side. So what you do is you flip your pendant over, and then you do exactly what I did on this side, which, you know, I'll start it. So what I did was I separated the cords out, and I started with 4 braids. So it was 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I strung on a little bead. So I just want to like show you, because some of the, I mean, most of it is pretty repetitive. Oh, sometimes see how the end kind of like flares out a little bit. So sometimes you got to kind of refresh the end of your cord and always cut it at an angle. So I'm going to get this. Oh my goodness. Can she do it? There we go. And then you repeat like the pattern. So let me just do this one. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. And see how it starts to line up real nicely. And then it'll match. So you just keep going. So what I do next is pretty like simple. Do the same thing on both sides. But when you get to like the ends here, what you do is you just keep braiding. Just braid with like no beads. So I'm just gonna like, let's just say, we braid. I'll just braid for a couple of minutes. And then I'll show you what I do next, which is pretty like straightforward, because if you're familiar with my macrame slide knot, and I think that's what Laura Lee did in that green. Did anyone ever come up with the green stuff, the green gemstone bead that it's for some reason is eluding me? So I'm just gonna pretend. Okay, let's pretend we braided this one. We braided this one. So what you do next is you just crisscross them over, and you put a macrame, a binding knot with, and I did one with beads. You don't have to do it with beads. There's some, you have options. You can either use, I used this, the wax jewelry cord for the binding knot. I mean, not the binding knot, the slide knot. But if you feel like it's going to be like too sticky or for whatever reason, you could always use the, let me grab some here. Where is it? The faux leather, because that would work equally well. Uh-oh, my faux leather is gone. Oh, well, you know what? Let me see what I got here. Well, I've got some blue. I don't know, where did it go? It just jumped away. That's another thing you can do. Well, hey, why not? Let's spice things up. So let's say you use a different color bead. This is just a tip. Let's say you use blue beads or orange beads. You can like make your macrame slide knot a different color. It doesn't have to be the same color. So let's just get creative here. Let's do a macrame slide knot just with a different color. So I'm going to go like top. And one nice thing about faux leather, it's probably one of my favorites for slide knots because it's so slippery. It just has a nice slippery feel to it. And plus, you know, I love like necklaces and bracelets that have just, you know, that little teeny weeny itty bitty like pop of color. Like for no reason, it's just there. I mean, I know that I've seen that kind of thing in Sabine's work, where, I mean, her color combinations are really beautiful. And it's just like these little like slivers of color, and it just makes such a huge difference. Oh, and when you do any kind of macrame slide knot, don't skimp out and make it too small, because I've seen some beautiful like jewelry pieces where the macrame slide knot is as like small as they could possibly make it. And, you know, I imagine it's made small for a number of reasons, mostly being time. Take the extra time, guys. It's not worth it to save a few seconds and make a slide knot that just kind of like looks like ugly. That's all I can say. I just think it just looks really bad. And so you come in here with your thread burner, and actually for when I work with faux leather, only because it's so thick, I use a lighter. And just be careful if you have small children or pets, or, you know, you're prone to like catching things on fire. Just be careful. If it makes you feel safer, you can like get a fire extinguisher. So this, I'm gonna let it cool a bit and tap it down. Okay, so I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. So the when you get to the end, you just basically keep braiding, just keep on going, and then what you do is you put your macrame slide knot over the braids. Then one thing I like to do, it really helps, because you know when you first make something, it's like sticky and you're just like, oh, this is not going to work. But it's really cool because if you open and close it several times, it kind of like buffs it, the cord inside. It just, it's kind of like when you put wax on a car and it's kind of like sticky and like disgusting, but then you just like rub it and it just kind of like buffs out and it's nice and like slippery. Or like when you polish your faucets. I don't know how to explain it, but you know, I was just noticing, this is really cool. You don't even have to like, if wherever you stop and finish, let's say right here, you don't even have to like braid the rest of it if you don't want to. So if you go that route, let's just say you're like, oh, I don't want that part braided. I want it to look like strings like this. So I'm going to take this off because I've already like told you like what the purpose of it is. But if you decide not to do like the braiding, like all the way down, one thing that you will need to do is put an overhand knot like right in here, or else the braids will start to come apart. So really important. So these are just like a couple of different like ways that you could just, you know, change things up if you just don't feel like you know, doing the braiding. And plus, oh my guys, you know me, I can go off on tangents all day long making a necklace, telling you all the really cool things you can do, because I just thought, you know what you could do here on these guys, these strands here? You could put a bunch of like randomly like spaced beads, like clusters of like beads that are like maybe spaced like half an inch apart. Wouldn't that be cool? Oh my gosh, that would look so cool. Is my time up? Oh my goodness. My time is up. I want you guys to have a very safe and happy Memorial Day. I know that, you know, people get together, people are on the road, so just drive safely. And as always, thank you for joining the show. And I hope you learned something today. It's not like I finished the whole project, but, you know, I hope that you learned some like tips and tricks that will help you become a better jewelry designer. All right, guys, I will see you next week. Bye.